Meeting to order. The first item of business is 2 minutes, March 31st and April the 6th. Have you had a chance to read them? I know Alexis has.
Y'all read them? I've read them.
Okay. Any changes need to be made? Any additions, subtractions, whatever?
I'm good.
All right, we'll approve them as presented and go on to provisional ballot hearing for the March 31st runoff.
So we had 8 provisionals that could not be counted, and we've mailed out letters, and of course they received it on election day. So unless someone shows up in the next few minutes, I don't think we'll have anyone.
Okay.
7 of them would be considered crossover voting, since they were those who had received a Democratic ballot.
So we move on to certification of the primary ballot or runoff, excuse me.
So once again, everything is in triplicate. So here is the certification that we run from our reporting computers.
Okay. You need some
Oh, and these
initials
signatures,
on these.
Yeah,
you need initials on these,
yeah, on those
on
pages.
one.
Yeah, on the top one.
And I must say, your staff did an excellent job earlier in the week with all the recounts. It was very,
Yeah.
for something that we don't do very often, if ever.
Well, 2022.
That was the last one. That was the per year.
Yep.
This space made a huge difference of how you laid it out. They were all in
It really
teams.
did.
The logistics of putting that together so quickly and being very thought through from the beginning to the end. I think you and your staff did an amazing job. So I really appreciate that. And then, of course, it just validated what your team already does and what we know them to be at the highest quality and very transparent and very thorough with everything they do. So again, appreciation so much.
Thank you. They did. It was very stressful. And I thought under all of that stress, the teams did definitely an
Well,
excellent job.
After watching, do we need to initial all of these?
At least the top one.
Okay. After the Saline County thing, I was kind of surprised at how ours went down with the people walking between the rows. Between wouldn't have been bad, but behind them and in front of them.
So there are no rules for a recount other than the timing of it, the notification of the candidates, and that the commission shall conduct a recount.
Yes.
So I think that the SBEC is going to formulate some guidelines
Yeah.
on how to do it. If I could change anything from the recount, I would still, I think, give them access to view the
Mhm,
tables, but I would ask that their conversations be held away from the table.
Oh,
That part, especially when the very last table was left and all eyes are on
Oh,
that
goodness,
last
yeah.
table. It was like everybody stood at that table and carried on conversation. So for our counters, when you're trying
It was
to
very
count one,
distracting.
it was. So that would be one thing I definitely would change, but I still would allow them access to view all the tables because that's,
Between them even?
yeah, I think.
I was just thinking, I mean,
just-
you had it set up in a good way because they
That
could go
could
between
go, right.
and on either side.
Yeah, so, but I would definitely change that, the conversations,
Mhm,
and it was the side conversations.
right.
So yeah, so, but this space, had we not been
Oh,
in this
gosh.
space,
Yeah.
the logistics would have been a lot
Right.
harder for us.
Right.
So yeah.
Oh, I thought it went well. I don't know who the little gal was, so with you.
It's you.
Beth.
Yeah.
Beth.
Beth Hopkins.
She got real uncomfortable, I thought, from
I
where
was
I was.
uncomfortable because they were
bet you
leaning
were.
over us. when
Yeah.
We were trying to count and they were not only leaning over, but then they would get their little
Oh, yeah,
and
they
do
were doing,
pictures, and we were trying to count, and they were right here in our space. When we were
right,
trying to do it.
Yeah.
So that part was very uncomfortable.
yeah,
Yeah,
And it caused us a couple of times to have to stop and
Recount.
recount.
yeah.
I hope that, you'll be very helpful, and I know you will, to the SBC when it comes to, SBEC, when it comes to writing those.
Yeah.
Because I'm not so sure that it should be, that there shouldn't be a limit, uh, of, how many people can
I
be
think the
around-
limit of 10 is what I was
around
told.
one table.
Oh, not around one table.
So I don't think there is.
Oh,
Unless-
really?
So I got, from where I got the 10, because I was trying to think
Mhm.
like where that would have come from. And maybe it is somewhere, we just haven't done recounts
Right,
enough
that's
to
true.
like, for me to know all the rules. I was thinking the way they came up with 10 was one per table. Like we were gonna, like we were running
Okay.
10 teams of 2.
Did you tell the recount or the
Yes.
people beforehand that we would have?
Yeah, we had
10
said we were
tables?
gonna run 10 teams
Oh,
of 2.
okay.
So that was kind of where I thought the 10
Yeah.
came from, maybe, but maybe there is something in statute
Yeah.
about that. So, yeah. So,
Well, it looked to me too, and I could be wrong about this. It looked to me that maybe Charlie had some words with the lawyer.
oh,
I'm not certain about that, but it looked like,
today or during our,
yeah, during the recount, and I don't know what it was,
yeah.
but
Well, if you don't do anything other than before you start the count, just announce to everyone, and especially those people that, hey, if you want this to go smoothly and for it to be a good
Mhm.
count, try not to, hang over everybody. Try not to have conversations by them while they're trying to count. And, just let's let it happen. And
because it's already stressful,
sure it is.
Yes.
especially for the counters.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then to have that extra hovering is,
Yeah, the hovering was.
that's not good.
So this one is the one we file with Becky's office for the Republican candidate for county level. But yeah, every time you do something, it's like lessons learned,
Right.
kind of
Yeah.
thing. And our one experience at having done it was when we fed them back into the machines, and it was in room 115, which was, well, I think Tom was there maybe for part. It was like we were stacked in there like
Yeah.
sardines.
Yeah.
And it was, so having this space, but we had witnessed enough audits that the state had done. So we kind of had a game plan.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, if this were to happen again, we would set clear rules, but still give access.
Yeah.
And reasonable
Space, yeah.
I felt really kind of bad for, I mean, it was intense for a
Mhm.
little bit.
Yeah.
And are they allowed to video and photo?
I don't,
See, I wondered about that
didn't
too. I thought
I
that
don't
was a
know.
pretty big question that
Yeah.
was not answered ahead of time.
Yeah.
I don't know what the purpose would be.
Well, and we were live streaming it as well. So
Exactly,
I
yeah.
understand that, but it was only from one point of view because we're very limited on the equipment that we have.
Yeah.
I
This
think
one,
that's a question to ask for sure.
And
I
then
think so, is this one we file with the state.
what I found was interesting is they're also asking our counters to pause and then take a photo.
Oh, they were? I
I
didn't
mean,
realize that.
I saw a couple of times where they were taking photos. They're like, hold on. And then they would be right here.
Oh, my goodness.
Like, I mean, if not touching, right? I
Mhm.
mean, it was,
Which that, I think there's a statute that speaks to that.
I don't, I
I
mean,
don't know.
They're not supposed to,
That's
I
interference.
saw something, yeah,
actually.
I saw something that's, in fact, I even said that at the beginning, no touchy.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I don't think it was intentional. I don't think they
Right.
were like holding them back saying, please stop. I think it was just kind of implied and we're like, oh, let me take a photo. And then we wanted to comply. So it was like, here, let me
Right.
pause.
And we,
We were trying to accommodate.
yeah, well,
They
because
didn't ask, but he was standing there and you didn't know whether to keep unboxing or not. And
Right.
when I was clipping seals, he was taking
Yeah.
pictures of the seals as I was.
That,
going.
and that is so afterwards, the document that we were emailed from Lancaster, basically that document was their playbook of how a recount goes and the different things that they're looking for. And explicitly in that, it talks about taking pictures of the seals and all of that as they're being
Mhm.
opened and stuff. So I don't know, but, I think that, we were providing them with the copies of the documents
mhm.
too, so I, I don't know if they were just uploading those pictures or to someone, to
Yeah.
someone else
Yeah.
or how that was working. So,
These
yeah.
all the same.
And those are all the same. So this is so after each election, the state requires
Yeah,
this.
that long report.
Yes.
But you gotta have it in triplicate.
So we send one to the Secretary of State's office. We file one with Becky's office, and then we keep one because you are mailing it.
Yeah.
It is conceivable that it does not receive them. So it is conceivable that they don't receive it.
Yeah.
So go ahead and just make an extra copy, and that way we have one.
Yeah, I knew it was uncharted territory. So we were learning and like working
Yeah.
together. Again, the workers done an amazing job because
They
there was
did.
a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Nobody knew the rules clearly to say, hey, and nobody felt comfortable enough to, do I keep going? Do I not?
Right.
Did you get what you needed? I'm not trying to hide anything, but at the same time, I'm trying to do a job.
Yeah.
Now we know. Now we know.
Now
Now
we know. And we didn't, like, when we did the recount in 2022, one, because the space was so small,
Right.
we really only had the candidate and the candidate representatives. We didn't have a massive group of people
That's true.
there,
Right.
you
Right.
know, so
It was all by machine.
yeah,
We didn't need a
And they
mess.
really walk around. If they had questions, they'd stop Jennifer. and
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they kind of stayed to one end of the room.
yeah, because there wasn't room for them
No.
to walk around. There was
It was
like,
a little tight.
it
If we
was.
had anything else.
yeah, yeah,
What
it
you're saying
was.
is that we should have a smaller room.
No,
But it
that was
It
miserable.
was only,
It was,
it was only a state rep election. So
it was.
a specific area, not the whole state.
Well, and we had to, but because we're vote centers, we had to recount
That's
every
right,
box. I
that's
think
right.
maybe there ended up being 3 boxes we didn't count. But one thing we did learn from that, we were limited in space where we could do it,
Mhm.
which meant that those poll workers at that one in 2022, they were so tired. Their
Yeah,
feet, they
yeah.
stood for 8 hours plus feeding ballots into a machine. So at least this go round, they were seated.
And hand counting it, I think, just made it go so much faster.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Hindsight's 2020.
This one is the ballot disposition report, and it just shows the number of provisionals that we had, the ones that counted, the number of absentees. And that one we send to the SBEC.
You keep a copy of it though.
Yes, we'll file a copy with Becky's office. And we'll
We
keep-
all need to sign this,
Yes,
the title in there.
I can fill in that part. That document is a non-edible document with the exception of we're
Oh, 'cause
putting in
we
numbers.
get it specifically from
Yes, yes.
SBEC
And
to
some
be.
documents like this one, I can edit by adding y'all's names
Yeah.
and stuff, but that one, oh, set.
You don't mind putting the date too, do you?
No, I will fill all that in.
No extra work.
Yeah. I might fall out. About to get my fan out.
You won't be disappointed.
Where's your phone? You gotta plug it into your phone.
It's,
Great.
where is it? I guess it's in my truck.
Oh, my. What else? I see all
For
your stack over here.
certification, yeah, for certification, that is all the documents.
That's the end of it?
Yep, that is this one there.
You didn't need these.
That's just for you, if
Okay.
you wanted a copy of it.
Collect for your
Yep.
memorabilia.
Yeah.
Scrapbook.
Okay, so we're moving on to other business.
The so the other business, I made the changes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
And then if that's all acceptable, we'll go ahead and start getting this together.
You've got a meeting next week.
I have a meeting on the 15th at 1:15 with the librarians. So yes. So,
Today's the 9th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Next week.
yep, on Wednesday. So we will go over this, but also that other little special election that I was telling you about.
Oh, yeah.
For the
Springdale.
Farmington School District, or
Oh, wait,
Farmington,
Farmington?
yes.
Okay.
And then the only other thing too is we did not get selected. They pulled randomly the names of counties for selection for the
Okay.
audit for the primary, which I was like, sure, we'll get picked for that too. But we did not. So yes, so we will go ahead and get the primary packed up and
Okay.
sealed and put away since we were not selected for the audit.
Super.
So yeah.
That's a relief for you.
Yes.
One thing that's off
One.
the agenda.
Yep.
Well, I do appreciate all the work that you guys did for this recount. I know it was stressful for y'all and for all of the gals and one gentleman that worked, right?
I don't think we.
Yeah, we did. That has.
Oh, yeah, Curtis and wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are my absentee.
Oh, yeah, because they
team.
said they don't normally.
They do, and there are a UACABA team. So
Oh,
they're the ones
okay.
who, because those
Yeah.
papers are different.
Yeah.
They're all, and so they've
specialized.
been with us since 2020. They signed up during COVID.
Nice.
When we were specifically looking for,
Mm,
couples
yeah.
because they are already, exposed to one another. And we were like, we don't want to pair,
In a very
They
practical
don't have to
way.
be 6 feet apart.
Yeah, and so but they have stuck with us and they have really enjoyed it and
Good.
they're a really good couple. And then we had one other absentee couple
Oh,
that our team that helped us too, but
Okay.
yeah.
Super. Well, they did a great job under extreme pressure and with all that scrutiny over them, which can't be easy. But please let them all know from the election commission that we really appreciate their efforts. And other business? We're adjourned.